Today we are discussing how we can learn lessons from our family life and utilize numerology and astrology to decipher what these lessons are. So this is episode number 49 of Real Occult, where we apply numerology and astrology to the material world. Let's jump right into it. Before we begin, a little bit of context to help make this idea complete. The idea I'm about to get into. There are, from an astrology perspective, there are 3 levels of karma. I have made a previous podcast about this. I have posted a couple of YouTube videos about this topic. And really fast, if you're interested in the YouTube videos, you could just search Tristan Garrett Mueller YouTube into Google. You could go to YouTube, just search Tristan Garrett Mueller, and my page will come up. The 3 types of karma, the 3 levels of karma. The foundational level is accumulated karma. And so this is the karma that is present in our birth chart based on what signs the planets are in from the moment of our birth, what houses these signs and planets are in, when we are born, the universal year we are born into, the month, the day we are born on. And so this imprinted energy is the accumulated karma from previous lifetimes. It is the accumulated lessons and themes that we are going to be experiencing and learning in this lifetime. There is no escaping these lessons that we are meant to learn in this lifetime. Saturn, with its ring, ensures it. So this is the foundational level of karma, the accumulated karma. In the middle, we have current karma. So these are the lessons and experiences that we are currently having based on where the planets are in the sky, what sign they are currently in as they transit through the sky and move forward throughout the sky, what houses these signs are in, our personal years, the personal months, personal days we have during the universal years, universal months, the universal day. And so this is that middle level of what lessons, what experiences are currently unfolding in our lifetime. The top layer, we have created karma. And this is where we get into what we have control over, the little micro moments of free will that we have in this lifetime. The accumulated karma, we don't have control over that. The current karma we are experiencing, we don't really have control over that. The created karma, this top level, is where we display to the universe the status of our learning. So just like a parent with their child, they give their child experiences to influence their actions. So if you're going to punish a child for doing something wrong and you decide to give them a timeout, you give them a 5-minute timeout. Eventually that 5-minute timeout is no longer a painful experience. It doesn't create enough discomfort to change actions, to change behaviors. So you have two options. You could increase the intensity of the punishment, or you could change the variety. So increase intensity, it goes from a 5-minute timeout to a half-hour timeout. Or you could change the variety of the punishment you deliver, the experiences you deliver. Instead of a timeout, you lose TV privileges. Instead of a timeout, you don't get to go out and play with your friends on the weekend, or whatever you decide to do. You have increasing intensity and change and increase in variety. The universe acts in very much the same way. It can deliver us with precision and accuracy the exact experiences we need to have in order to learn the lessons we are meant to learn in this lifetime. And this is where we have these moments of being able to display by changing our behaviors as we experience these, as we go through these experiences over and over and over again. Same experiences, and you experience a little bit more pain each time you make this mistake. It gets a little bit more painful, until eventually it's painful enough to have you change behavior. And in these moments, when you have that thought flash through your mind for a split second of, ooh, if I do this, I know what's going to happen, and you either decide to do it or you decide not to, that is where we display the status of our learning to the universe. Newton's third law: for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. For every input you give the universe, we will receive an equal and opposite output. And this top level, this created karma, is where this interaction all comes full circle. It's where we have a little bit of control over the manifestation of these experiences and of these themes and lessons we are learning throughout our life. There is no escaping pain, there's no escaping hardships and challenges, but we can choose how much pain we experience. We can choose which challenges we have. And we do this by changing our actions in these split-second moments of, am I going to do this or am I going to do that? So now, to tie this back into the family, it took a little bit longer to explain than I anticipated. But stay with me here. To tie all this back into learning from family, it is my belief that we choose, before we are born, our spirit, our soul, our energetic essence, whatever terminology you choose to use, we choose what family we are born into so that we can have the experiences and the flavoring to these experiences that will teach us these lessons we need to learn in this lifetime, that there's no getting out of. And so if you want to be a super strong person, have very strong character, you are most likely going to choose, consciously or unconsciously, to put yourself into positions that test your character. And the more you show up, the more you do what you're supposed to do, the more you are able to withstand these forces of the universe, the stronger you become. If you want to be whatever you choose to have, whatever you choose to aspire, there's always a downside to it. And so our souls, our internal essence, our energy chooses which family we are born into so that we can have these lessons and experiences to become the person we are meant to become. And we choose these families so that we learn these lessons to inevitably fulfill this karmic destiny by fulfilling the role we are meant to fulfill for the universe as a whole. So whether you have a great family life or poor family life, you are meant to go through these experiences because you are meant to learn and take the lessons from those experiences so that you can ultimately fulfill your role in the universe. And you gain insight into what this role is based on the universal year you're born into, the month, the day you're born on, and then we have the imprinted energy from our birth chart that gives us a lot of insight into what this role is likely to be that we are meant to fulfill for the universe and for other people. And then also how we can go about fulfilling that role. And so as we move through these transits, today, Sunday, August 17th, the sun just joined Ketu in the sign of Leo. It's the sun's back in its home, sign of Leo, being joined by Ketu, which was already in Leo as the sun entered it. Each person, most likely, and now it also depends on what that family experience is, because I've seen many charts and many family charts where 3 of the 5 people in the family have the sun in the same sign and the same sign in the same house. All of these people are on the same page moving forward. They all have positive relationships and positive interactions with each other. I've also seen family charts where every single person in the family is at odds with each other. The father's at odds with the daughter, who's at odds with the mother, who's at odds with the son, and the son and father are at odds with each other. The husband and wife are at odds with each other. The daughter and son are at odds with each other. It is nothing but opposing energy for every person in the household. And so that's a different set of lessons these individuals are going to learn compared to the households where every single person has a supportive, energetic relationship with each other. The son supports the mother supporting the father supporting the daughter, and we have this positive cyclical cycle where the experiences one person has adds benefit to every single other person. So that's just a different set of lessons. But in both circumstances, both of these extreme circumstances, every member of the family is there to add insight, value, and teach lessons to every other member of the family. Because each person chose to have these experiences. They chose to be a part of this household before they were born so that they could have these experiences to inevitably learn these lessons. So in the end, they can fulfill the role they're meant to fulfill in this lifetime. And so this is how all of these family members, like I said, whether it's a positive, energetic, positive, supportive, energetic relationship, or it's a negative opposition type of energetic relationship, they are supposed to happen that way. And I've seen so many different family charts where it always works out. You look at someone's chart individually, and then you see how it works into every other member's chart in the family. And I just say chart to all encompass the birth chart, the universe, all the numerology, the Vedic astrology, even a little bit of the Chinese astrology. I'm lumping all that together in just the chart. Everyone's energetic imprint is there to teach lessons to everyone else in the family. And these lessons can be taught through support or they can be taught through opposition. But they are all there, all tying in with each other to teach them lessons. So here's a quick example I'm just going to come up with off the top of my head. Sun enters Leo and Ketu right now. In this 9 universal year in August, the 8 energetic month, the 8 universal month in this 9 universal year. 8, death, rebirth, transformation, change, power, success in this 9 universal year, closing all of the energetic loops that have been opened up and opened through today, going all the way back to 2017 as we complete this middle of the year, this meaty part of this transition from what was into what will be as we enter the next 9-year cycle that begins in January. So Sun enters Leo, and daughter has Leo in the 10th house. She's now going to make a bold career move. Sun, internal vitality, ego power, Leo's boldness, how we express external emotions, all of this type of stuff. She's going to make a bold career move. Mother has Leo in, we'll just say Leo in the 1st house. And this bold move that the daughter makes inspires the mom to make a personal change of her own. 10th house career, 1st house identity, body, all of this stuff. And so the daughter making this career move inspires the mother to take bold action in her Leo sign and house that's in the 1st. Which then inspires the son, who has Leo in his 7th house, to decide to get married. Been in a relationship for a long time, and Leo in the 7th house, relationships, sun, key to detachment. They decide, yep, you know what? This is the person. This is my time. Bam. Engagement happens. They're getting married. So this would be a positive, supportive, energetic loop where each member of the family, as they experience these transits, they are adding value and support to another person. So I hope that kind of makes sense. And the whole takeaway, this thing's getting long. We're 17 minutes now. The whole point of all of this is we are meant to experience the experiences we are having, whether they are supportive or they are oppositional, whether they're positive or negative. We are meant to experience these experiences so that we inevitably learn the lessons we are meant to learn in this lifetime. There is no escaping the lessons you're meant to learn. So the sooner you demonstrate to the universe that you have learned by changing your actions in the same conditions present themselves, and you act differently, that is the definition of learning. The sooner you demonstrate to the universe you have learned by changing your actions, the sooner you can move on to the next lesson, and the less pain, challenge, and hardship you will inevitably have to suffer to learn this lesson. You don't have to get punched in the face repeatedly to learn the lesson. You could get slapped on the back one time by the universe, say, ooh, okay, learn my lesson there. I don't need to get repeatedly punched in the face. I don't need you to extend and increase the intensity of this punishment for me to learn this lesson. And that happens on the positive aspects and the negative aspects of both of these experiences, with reinforcement and then punishment. I hope this makes sense. I see it all the time, especially in dysfunctional families. It's also very, very cool to see, and I love to see it in households where everyone has this positive feedback cycle of support as these planets transit through the signs and as we move through our lifetime. If you have made it this far, I genuinely appreciate you for listening. And if you would like a family reading for yourself, a personalized reading and strategy session to learn the energetic dispositions for every member of your family, how you can create this dynamic success with your family dynamics, book a free reading and strategy session at realoccult.com. I am more than happy to help you however I can. Once again, 100% completely free, realoccult.com if you would like a reading and strategy session for yourself and your family. I genuinely appreciate you for listening. The universe truly does want you to win. The universe is on your side. We simply have to learn the lessons we are meant to learn so that we can tap into the abundance that the universe loves. The universe wants you to win. I want you to win. And I will talk to you again soon.